Hi everyone, welcome again to a new session of Hanons with RAKStar. I hope you all doing great today. For those who are joining for the first time, I am Maria Hernandez, part of the developer relation team at RAKwireless, and here with me, like every Friday, Jose Marcelino.
Hi everyone, nice to see you. Nice to be here.
We are already people connected. Hi Apple, hey Travis, thanks for joining us today. Like every Friday, happy
Got the
to meet
usuals.
you. Yeah. So basically, also I also want to highlight that in this session, basically we share with passionate RAKstar in the RAK wireless community, and we talk about their cool projects and about their hacks and many others experience they want to share with us. In today's session, we'll be interviewing someone who started with computer science in the 90s, and nowadays he's developing new business model with the aim of developing a smart city. Andreas, welcome.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending
Whatever
where
you
you
want.
are, guys. So yeah, welcome, Andrea. Happy to have you here. I am super excited to interview you today because you have like a big path during this year, and you have been deploying many sensors and many gateways in a short period of time. So I'm pretty sure that we are going to learn so many things from you. Before I start, I want to highlight something. Since a few weeks ago, we started giving away a Wislock T-shirt for those who are watching the session and also for those who participate with this session. To join the giveaway, it's very easy. You just have to answer a question. We will ask to Andrea at the we ask for you based on the things that Andreas will be shared with us today, and you have to reply that question via Twitter. That's all for participate for this Wislock Cool T-shirt. And to be able to monitor your participation, you must tag the RAK Wireless account and use the hashtag RAKstar in your tweet. And that's all for this introduction. So, Andrea, you are a person who recently became involved in the development of IoT solutions, which is incredible. So, before I start talking about the network you have been deploying and about the sensors you have been deploying, let's talk a little bit about you. So, can you tell us more about yourself, about your background, your education, and how you got into this world of IoT?
Yes, so thank you for the invitation for this live session today. I'm very excited to be selected as a RAKstar. So I hope I can share some interesting things to the audience. Where did I start? I start somewhere end of the 80s, still in school. We got some brown boxes with any computers in it, so nobody knows how to use it. And sometimes it happened, I go with the teacher and unboxed the new devices, and this was a start for my career in the IT business. And we started to keep the computers. It was a IBM, so some very big monitor and very heavy and very much metal on it. And so it was clear that this should be my way, and I did science. I studied computer science and get in touch with a company who's developing software very early. So I have had in the first steps very close connection to the company, to the real world, and not so much in the university. So I started as a classical software developer, and yes, then it happened, and sometimes in the 90s, I think, this internet appeared. Yes, it was a very interesting new world. It opened. Was a little bit difficult to handle, to come inside. You have to use your telephone and have some devices and put it together. And yes, it was very exciting. And we did our first steps and got experience in internet things. It was a time you could sell a website for more than $5,000, where only just your company name is on it, and sometimes any flashing email graphics are blinking. So these times were very exciting too. And yes, we used the technology, developed some internet portals for example, job offerings, etc. Yes, and then some steps in between, and finally, for 3 years ago, I was responsible for a startup center here in the region. So we tried to support young people with ideas, connect them with the industry, connect them with financial power, with banks, and try to make them able to grow and to develop their ideas. And it was a very interesting time, and I got connected to many young people with wild ideas in the different fields. And so I get the first contact with IoT, Industry 4.0, and more technical tasks. And yes, since January of this year, I am responsible for developing a complete LoRaWAN network here in the region. This was, in little words, my last 30 years.
Amazing. Thanks for sharing with us that. And like, I am pretty interested, like you have been responsible for on a startup center. So I'm sure that you see growth like a couple of startups. Can you share us a little bit about the startups that you helped to grow during that time in the startup center?
Yes, unfortunately, we are not one of the biggest cities here in Germany. We are a smaller one. So we have not a unicorn yet. So we are working on it. Nice. There are some completely different startups active in the region. One of them, I think, they could be a good could have a good development. They are offering a car sharing application for reducing the traffic on the street. That people who work together could drive together to their office, and they are building their prototype at the moment and have the first contacts to customers. And yes, maybe this could be a good startup in the future, because they are handling environmental themes, reducing the traffic on the street, etc. And it's quite interesting. Another startup who are just 2 people at the moment. They are building a little software tool and a box you can use in your factory to collect all the data from the machines and make them in a centralized database, and then put on a dashboard, etc. This is quite interesting too, but in a very early stage. So unfortunately, not yet any unicorn from Coburg, our town.
Oh dear.
No, but that is super cool. Like seeing this kind of a startup growing in the regions like are pretty amazing. So probably today they are not a unicorn, but we don't know what can be happening in the future. Yeah. That is the idea. So, well, at this moment you are basically responsible of creating new business and basically all focus on technology aside to the IoT business as well. So I would like to ask you, how do you see the future of the Internet of Things? Like, or what do you recommend to all of those who are out there to be updated with the new technologies trends?
Yeah. Yes, basically do the things I have done that we get into a connection. Share your knowledge, ask questions, be curious, look around, and in my opinion, it's essential to use social networking to get in contact with people who are able to share their experience. And yes, this is the way I started in January because LoRaWAN I know just from Google. So I googled LoRaWAN. What is it? Oh, interesting. let's dive into and look around. So our unit started as a startup, basically in the January, and we looked around, we tested, we went into the wrong direction, and we choose another way and tried very
Typical.
much try.
Typical,
Of course, it's a hard way, and
Yeah.
and this is my recommendation: to be curious, to look around, and to be brave, to try anything, and to accept that not every step is the right one. So go a step back and try another direction.
Yeah.
Do you have any forums or sites that you frequent or you can recommend? Some forum or Slack channels, something like that.
So for me personally, it is very effective to use LinkedIn for connection, and then of course to look at the manufacturer's side, and then you get really quickly into the community and getting into contact with people who are working on the same field.
Good.
Yeah. Actually, we connect via LinkedIn, and it was super funny because when I invite him, was like, hey, I have a crazy idea. Would you like to join? I love crazy ideas.
It's how it starts, right? It's always the crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, but this is important for startup, for developing yourself personally and your project to do crazy things. As we started, there were so many people who told us, "You are crazy. You have no idea what it's all about, and what are you doing here?" Yes, I have my boss here in the company. The CEO, he gives me the playground to do that. He gives me the budget to buy sensors and gateways, and give me the time, for example, to develop this, because we are developing 12 months at the moment, and it's not a secret, we are earning not that money at the moment I spent over the year. But this was a very comfortable situation who helped developing and growing and just building up all the stuff.
Amazing. So like you found about LoRa Googling, but you have to know like a little bit like what is LoRa, because how you find this word. So like I would like to know like what did you decide to start to use LoRa as a technology for your IoT development, and as well, what are your thoughts about these technologies?
Yeah, so the company I'm working for is a local network provider.
Okay.
So we are selling internet connectivity. We are selling telephone. We have a data center. We have glass fiber connectivity here in the region. So we are offering connectivity, and in October of 2019, my boss was at a conference with other power supplying with other utility companies, and there was LoRa one of the topics. They said, okay, there's a technology which might be interesting in the following years. And so I looked into that technology and was very excited about the big distance you can reach with a single gateway, because I looked a little bit into the LTE structure technology, Wi-Fi for sure, and there I have very, very short distances. But LoRaWAN has a very large range, and you have already a lot of sensors available in the shop. So it's not a research. There are completely designed products which I can choose and use for my business case. And that in combination was very interesting, and so my company decided to establish here a local LoRaWAN network in addition to the existing internet, telephone, and glass fiber.
No, that is amazing because you are connected with the ones who have the infrastructure. So like you have everything, and you have the spots to deploy the gateways as well. So it is amazing.
Yes, it's a big opportunity and a big advantage to be connected here to the local government because our owner is the government for 50%, so we have a close connection, and for that it was quite easy to get on the high spots and put our gateways onto a tower, etc. This is definitely a big advantage. Another advantage that we can use our glass fiber structure to connect the gateways to our data center doesn't count anymore that much because the most interesting points are not connected with the glass fiber. So if you go to an ancient tower, there is no glass fiber connection, but a very high tower which we like to use for our gateways. So we mainly use gateways with a LTE card and put the data via LTE to our data center.
Super. Nice.
Your devices can handle this very well, and so we are happy to found the RAK gateways and use them frequently for the last installations. So.
And how did you find us? Like, what was your decision to choose RAKwireless instead of other competitors' gateways?
I'm not sure. I think we got a recommendation from our wholesale partner who recommended the devices, and we ordered some for testing. And I was very happy to see how easy I can go into the configuration via a Wi-Fi connection and a nice web interface. And that was the point I felt instantly in love with the devices because we had other devices earlier who are very heavy and complicated to configure and all about command lines, etc. So this was very comfortable to use it over a web interface. And the performance was then as good, so there is no reason to change and not to use the gateways any longer.
Yeah, and also I think we can highlight that the gateways provide you the option to interconnect the possibility for connect your gateway to the internet via cellular, via Ethernet, via Wi-Fi. And that was like an option for you because you were like connected with the internet provider and you have to connect this in some way. So this is another point to highlight here, but super nice to hear like your thought about this. And like you say, like the user experience that you had with our gateways instead of other competitor was like, let's say not easy, or I don't say if easy is the right word, but it was like a really good user experience and on a step-by-step that anyone without being an expert configuring these kind of devices can handle it. Super. And you say that at the beginning, you said that you start in the wrong way and then you start doing like in the right way. So I would like to know like if you have any suggestion for anyone who is starting to deploy in a LoRa network in their cities, like if there is any consideration they should keep in mind before doing this.
Okay, the way we did it is not the usual way. Usually, you do a planning. You look at the map of your area and look for the points you have to choose to put a gateway on it. We did it vice versa. We had the high points and then we take a look how was the range we could cover with these high points. So I'm not sure if I could recommend our very startup style way. But important is, of course, the higher the better. This is the only or the first rule I can recommend. We have such a good coverage with a high point, with a tower who sits on a hill outside of the city and covers all the area around. And yes, to look for high points on a tower on a hill could be an ideal start point to get started a local network, I think.
And how is LoRa in Germany? Because you mentioned the utility companies. I know that like NetZ is a big player in Germany, and they are actually part of the LoRa Alliance, and they're the electrical distributor, right?
Yeah.
Is it popular, or how do you see it?
It's getting popular more and more, I think. So 1 year ago, it was a nerd topic. So LoRa, okay. Yes, have some fun and do some testing and pilot, but not into a productive context. Okay. In the meantime, more and more business cases appear, mainly in smart metering applications. So to go into the objects and look into the power supply, the water, the gas, etc. And in that context, some smart city projects here in Germany have started, which get money from the government to develop smart city solutions and business cases. And in that projects, always LoRaWAN is a basic structure, basic technology, because 5G we are all looking forward to. Yes. It takes five years. It's called 5G because we have to wait 5 years. It's my definition. Yes, we are on that topic. We are working as well, but it's yes, quite difficult. License is hard to get, even for a local area. And so on. Devices are not available. The protocol is not fixed yet. So in LoRaWAN, you're ready to go. The frequency is free. Products are available. Gateways are available. Software tools, platforms are available for small money. It's not that much invest needed in comparison to 5G. So we have offers for 5G. Yes, it's a complete another world. So you
see LoRa growing this year, or for next year?
Yes, a little bit. So I often get calls or emails or LinkedIn messages from other cities who are starting or are doing their concepts and asking for experience we have here in our region. So I see this will developing. I think in 21 one step further here in Germany. Yeah. So I hope so, because the more people use the technology, perhaps we get some startups on it. I have a very big amount of ideas of software parts which I would need, who are not existing at the moment. And if there are more people using the technology, I think that will grow the whole ecosystem with LoRaWAN more in Germany.
Amazing. And like, how is the range? Like, how many gateways do you have deployed, and how is the range that you are covering? Like the entire region, or?
So we have at the moment 17 gateways deployed. We are unfortunately in a quite hilly area, so it's not a flat area, but very hilly. So we often have to use 2 gateways to get into the valleys. It's a hard work here in our area. But the city with about 40,000 people we have covered completely, and now we are growing outside and cover the villages and go further and yes, enlarge on the range.
Super nice. And now let's talk about like the applications you are building. What kind of sensors are you deploying? What are the type of sensors that you are creating? And yeah, and then applications.
Okay, we started with a very easy sensor who's giving us temperature and humidity values, and we deployed this little. I think I have here one. Oh yes, yes. So it's our little Dragino, who is very easy to install, and we deployed about 30 pieces here in the region to get information, to get some traffic onto our network, and this was first application just to get in touch with the technology. Then we get quite fast contact to the local forest, to the forest industry, who's interested in monitoring the humidity of the soil, because the climate change will make the soil more, the humidity is decreasing, and the trees are needing more water, and we did a pilot project with 3 locations, different points in our area, to get a long-term monitoring about the soil and how the moisture in the soil is developing, and then give some indications for the forest industry. This was the first pilot that we implemented. Yes, we did some parking sensors who are checking parking lots here in the city. And in the last time we had many installations with carbon dioxide monitoring in the rooms with the COVID-19 monitoring, and have there some installation in schools, for example. Yes, meeting rooms, retail stores, etc., and offer there a solution where a little LED is showing up with a red light if the value of the bad air is too high.
You mentioned forests, so how do you experience LoRa in the forest area? Because trees affect the signal a lot. Do you have any tips about that? Any tricks you can suggest?
Yes, I have some pictures in my presentation.
Okay, you can share it.
The tip I mentioned before, the higher the better. So it helps enormously to put the antenna a little bit from the bottom. So if you go half a meter higher on any little wooden piece, then you get much better coverage and much better signal to the gateway. So if you are really in or onto the soil, it's quite difficult in forest. That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
But I was very happy that the LoRa coverage is that good even in the forest. So
in forest areas.
Yeah. So you have no cellular there, but LoRa is running well.
It's covered.
Do you use any solar systems or anything like that?
Pardon?
Do you use any solar gateways, solar-powered gateways?
Not yet in production. We have one testing device here on the area of our office, but it's just experimental, not in production, not yet.
Okay, cool.
Okay, nice. And like all the nodes that you have been using have been like ready-to-use nodes, or are you also like developing a custom hardware for the applications you are building?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I have a student from the university here in the office since 4 weeks who should handle a little bit our IoT platform. But he loves to do all the work with the sensors and condensators, etc. So maybe in the next weeks we are developing any sensor hardware as well here. But this is not our focus. We are infrastructure provider and are developing ourselves into a solution provider. So not only selling LoRaWAN infrastructure. Nobody wants to buy a LoRaWAN gateway. The customer wants to know what is the temperature in my office. So, and if we use LoRaWAN, that's okay. But nobody asks me for. I want to buy a LoRaWAN gateway. They want to buy their benefit, their solution. So this is the way we are developing our company a little bit further, not only selling connectivity, but selling solutions in the end. And hopefully we get the devices who do that. Perhaps we have to develop in the next months a sensor device by our own. I'm not sure.
Like, I don't know if you hear about it, but we just launched a new development platform device, which is called WISLOG. Have you heard about it?
Yes, I had a look on it, and I'm quite sure we will order some samples for my student. He will be very happy to play with them.
Definitely. And what do you think about it when you see it first time?
I cannot do any good comment on this because I'm not a hardware guy.
Okay.
I look at this and I only can see if it's silver or is it black, but nothing more. Honestly, so I have not the competence to give you there any hints.
Perfect, no problem. So I think we can jump to the presentation that you wanted to share with us, so we can see more about like the installation processes and the applications you have deployed. Okay. To share the screen is super easy. Just press the share screen button, and I will put it here.
So. Okay. So I have to find the right.
We have hello guys. We have many people here. New people. Nice to see you. Here we are. Let me share here the screen and okay.
So do you have the right screen, or did I share the right screen? Yeah.
This is. Are you seeing the screen or not? This is your background. Yeah. That is the presentation. Yeah.
Okay. Fine. So yes, we are developing the LoRaWAN in the complete region. Here you see our ancient castle. It's high above our city, and we are now these ancient stones connect with the new technology. This is so our picture we tell our customers. So that's me installing a gateway. You see the white one standing on the rooftop of a local airport, a little airport.
Oh wow!
Amazing.
Yes, very exposed and a good coverage as well. So here you see one of the towers I mentioned on a hill in our city, and the antenna is on the top. The gateway is inside in that installation, and a really good coverage. This is the newest one. It's on the 7th floor of the startup center, and we have a little office since this month in the startup center to get connected to the startups, and for sure there has to be a LoRa gateway because we want to to offer a playground to the startups to use the technology and get experience, and yes, hopefully get good ideas and develop their own business with the LoRaWAN technology. Here's another one on the top of a school, I think. Yeah. And yes, here's our very special testing device. You see, it's a big battery. It's a camping item, I think, and we put a white little box. It's your indoor gateway. The RAK. I don't know the number. Maria, you will know the number of the device.
The indoor is the 7240.
48.
I think it's 48. I'm not sure. Yeah, Jose, do you remember the indoor? I have, because I have the okay. 72. The 7258.
58.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think so, yeah. So what are we doing here? We have an umbrella stand you see here, and we have a antenna, a 120 centimeter antenna. We connect it to the RAK gateway, and power supply is by the battery. It works fine because we need a 12 volt power supply, and the battery can do this. And we put it for testing on the rooftop, make it running. It has a cellular card in it, and then we jump into our car and check the coverage of that gateway. So before the installation in a productive way, we test if the gateway location we have seen is really that good we hoped. And this is quite handy tool, and always the first step before we are establishing a new gateway in any location. This is not available in any store. It's made in our lab. So that's me installing one of the temperature sensors I mentioned, and then we have a application where we show in the different temperatures in every location. It's just a little bit marketing for sure, where we can show the temperature in any touristic interesting points in the leisure area, etc. Yes, and that's the project site, LoRaWAN-Coburg.de, where we have all the information on. And this is another implementation with an interactive map. You can scroll and zoom and so on and play around and have all the temperatures of our sensors here you can see. Okay, here strawberry fields. A customer asked us if we can monitor how the soil moisture is developing, or if cold is in the field, and he has to cover the plant to save for cold nights. This is next year. We will do the next step. So here I'm in the forest placing soil moisture sensors, ancient castle as well. As always here in Germany. Here's our parking lot sensor working very well, a German model from company Bosch. Working very well and showing us if anybody is parking on our parking lot here in the area. So this is I mentioned before the forest sensors, and here you see we try to get the sending device a little bit in a higher position for get better coverage, but this is working quite good, and we have here a surrounding, not that the animals are eating up our devices.
Really? Oh wow!
Yeah. So we have one sensor who was destroyed because I don't know which animal tried to eat the cable. Yeah, any deer, for example.
Yeah.
So, and this is the way we are showing in a quite simple way the temperature and the soil moisture values of the forest application. I can show our platform later on. So we are on a sports field and checking the soil moisture if it's needed to put some water on it. So it's the aim is, or the target is, to save water and just put the water on the field if it's really needed, and not because it's Friday. So because they are used to do every Friday water on the field, but maybe it's not necessary. So we show them in a dashboard when they have to put the water on. Yes, and we did a counter who's counting the water, and here you see the dashboard for two different positions of the soil moisture, the light and the dark green line. And you see exactly when it's really needed to put the water on. And yes, they are saving water and saving money as well, because they need not that much water as they thought they have to use. So this is a complete weather station we are using here with wind speed, pressure, temperature, and there we have a little solar panel, Maria, you asked for, because the wind device needs a little bit more energy than the other devices, and there's a little solar panel with a battery on it. So here we are in our data center, of course, monitoring of the temperature. Here's our garbage bin, if it's empty or full. And yes, this is a little demo of the object, the sensors we use in our object, parking lot. Do I have any water leak or any movement in the office? How's the weather? And some monitoring information just to play around and give a quick look into the sensors. The smart metering, these are the three energy types where we are measuring at the moment: gas, the power, and the water. All comes together in our dashboard. This is from our secretary. The plant, if it's needed to water, and she gets an email, there is, please water me. I feel I need a bit water, and please give me water. And yes, it's working quite good. So a look in our office, not only digital tasks, but a little bit hardware as well. Yes, you see RAK devices on the left. You see our testing device, and here we are building the red LED for our air condition monitoring. So it's a little bit. Yes, you may call it confused. I call it creative. So we are working on a very experimental base, I think. Mm-hmm. So, and this is the LED in a nicer look. We did it with a laser cutter, and it's placed in a school and showing when it's time to open the window and let the good air in. And as well, we use it in the retail stores or in the customer center here, right around the corner. And yes, that's the way we show it. You have a green light when the air is okay, and it turns orange or red if you have to open the window.
What are you using for the software, the dashboards? Is it ThingsBoard?
It's a ThingsBoard.
ThingsBoard, right? It looks like that.
So we have our own installation. As our LoRa network server is in our data center, the IoT platform is hosted in our data center. So we are very local focused and have all the stuff here in our own hands.
Good.
Here my favorite sensor. It's in the Alps at 1920 meter in the Coburger Hütte. It's a hütte which is called like our city. And there we placed a RAK gateway and indoor gateway as well on below the rooftop because it's a metal roof, so we have no chance to get through from the inner building. So we put an antenna outside, and yes, of course, we have a sensor at the hut, but also the highest sensor we ever placed at 2,400 meters at the summit. And if you're standing there, you have that kind of view. At the right side, you see the German highest mountain, Zugspitze. And yes, this is the sensor with the nicest view we have in our range. Perhaps a short view where our way will lead us in the next year. We are developing end consumer application. So to get the sensor data in your pocket, if you have in your house, for example, water leak in the cellar, if you have soil moisture from your garden, if you have a door sensor, if your door is open, etc. This is all coming into the application. You get notifications if any alert is active and so on. And yes, this will be our big project for the next year, developing the handiness of the sensor data a little bit more with a nice user interface. So this was a little look in our photo album. With some, yes, I hope you got a little a view behind the scenes, what we are doing here and how we are doing that. So fortunately, I came down from every higher point, so no danger anymore.
You're not going on to airports then? Any future airports you're going on top of? Are you deploying gateways in any airport? Sorry.
Hello?
Did we lose sound?
No. Can you hear us, Andrea?
So, wie komme ich jetzt da wieder raus?
Hello? Jose, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. And I can hear you.
I think we lost Andrea's sound.
So, it's
It's back?
I had no sound.
Okay.
Okay.
No problem.
No problem.
So, Jose, your question.
Oh yeah, I was asking if you are doing more airports, if you're going on top of more airports or not. We lost him again.
Hello?
Yeah. Having luck with the sound. Are you
We're
back?
back? No. Everything was working fine for today's session.
It's always the sound, isn't it? It's the sound.
Yeah.
We nailed the video.
Is it from me?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Let me write him. Oh, we can.
No. Small corruption.
I'm not sure where it's coming from.
Let me check. Okay, I can. Yeah, like all of you guys, yeah, you can hear us, but I think Andrea can't hear us, me and Jose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Okay, we are back. Perfect.
Let's move to question
Okay.
and answers.
Yeah,
Maybe.
let's move to our Q&A session. So we have here one question from Travis. So basically the question is, how would you suggest approaching the high points toward companies to someone rolling out a small number of local gateways? Ham operations?
Sorry, I have a little bit technical problems. I'm lost. I'm lost in my Windows.
Oh,
But you can hear us?
Yes, I can.
so you're looking for the browser?
Yes, I'm looking for the browser.
Are you using Mac? Are you using Mac computers?
Yeah.
Can you just use make a 4-finger scroll to the right, and probably you can find us on the scroll bar on the mouse pad. Just use your 4 fingers and to the right. Sometimes the Windows stick there. If not, I think we can like just jump to the session question, and you can see us, but you can listen to us, which is the important thing, and we can see you as well. So everything is fine on this side. So Travis is asking a question. The question is, how would you suggest approaching the high points toward companies to someone rolling out a small number of local gateways? Ham operators?
We lost him now.
Hello? Well, I think now he left him.
Oh, I'm back.
Oh, he's back.
Okay. How to suggest how to approach the high points?
Now we have it. Perfect.
Yes. Okay. The tower, the owners of our high points are belonging to the government. So we are going to the local government and got quite fast into contact. But we know if we go to any towers who are used from cellular companies, it's very expensive. So we are talking about 5,000 euro per year for getting on that point. So we don't use it because it's too expensive. And so we try to get in contact with the owner of the towers, and mainly they are from the local government.
Okay.
But we tried to get into contact with private owners, and it's quite difficult because they know they get a lot of money from the Deutsche Telekom, etc. And we cannot spend so much money, so it's difficult in that case.
Perfect. We have another one. Is that community
edition? No, I think we have the PE. So we have a version to pay for. Yeah.
Perfect. And we have other one from Vladislav, which is what about local regulatory issues? We are trying to basically do what you did over here in Bulgaria. However, we need to register as an operator. Have you had issues integrating with other systems?
I'm not sure if we have to register here in Germany, but we are already internet network company. So if there would be any regulation, I think we have that already, but we have no problem with interfering at the moment. No, not at all.
Well, nice. Those are the question people ask. If you have any other question, folks, feel free to leave them in the chat section. And I would like to jump to with another question as well on my own, and which is like from all the projects you have been done, which is the one that you are most proud of? What was the hardest one that you have developed, and which was the one that you enjoyed the most?
Okay, the nicest I showed you the installation in the Alps, definitely. So I would love to check it regularly if the sensor is still working. Yes, the hardest is to get into the schools because there are. Yes, there are children and there are parents, and this is the local government, and this is very difficult to handle. So not the technical issue, but the organization around that. That was quite difficult, and yes.
Do you mean to put the gateways in schools? Is that the problem?
Yeah, we are talking about placing a gateway to give the access to the technology. So the teachers are very interested in that, but we didn't it already because the government has to agree, and they are very slow at the moment with those issues. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
And there is any project that you wouldn't have doing again?
Yeah, I would be happy if I should not go again onto the 50-meter high rooftop of a storage house where we placed the gateway. It was very hard to get the ladder really 50 meters high. They didn't end, and if you have a gateway on your backpack and you have tools on your backpack, I don't like to do that very often. Yeah.
Perfect. Thanks for sharing that. I think that is like all for today's session. I really enjoyed this session. Was super nice. Like see all the things you have been done during just this year, which is like amazing, and like see like all the applications, like all the experience that you have deploying those gateway in high points, which is a really cool thing. And yeah, I just want to thank you for joining the session today, for taking the time and talk with us and sharing a bit of your experience, and as well about the project you have been developed so far.
Yes, thank you. It was very exciting for me in your talk, and hopefully I could give some insights into the development of our project. And if there are any questions, yes, you find me on LinkedIn, or yes, you find me if you look for me.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Also, I will leave in the link of the Andreas LinkedIn on the description of the video, so you can also contact him whenever you need. And now it's time to make our giveaway. So we have to ask a question about all the things that Andreas shared with us.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. The number of gateways Andrea have deployed, or what? What do you say, Jose? Another one?
Can be, or maybe which gateway was in his portable box. I love that little portable system for testing.
Perfect. Which model gateway was in the portable box that Andreas shared us? That is the question for today's session. It's harder than the last one, so you have to watch the session carefully. So yeah, anyone who wants to participate, it's very easy. Remember, you just have to answer this question via Twitter, tag the RAKwireless account, use the hashtag RAKStar, and follow the RAKwireless account. That is all for joining the giveaway, and we will announcing the winner this Monday. So that is all for today. Thanks to everyone who connect, those who ask questions, and those who stay during the entire session. You are the ones who make these sessions possible. And please keep participating every Friday and sharing with us. If you are watching this video later, feel free to leave your questions on the comment sections, and Andreas, Jose, and or I will be happy to answer any question you may have. So yeah, that's all. That's about wraps and up for this week's session. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and let us know what do you think about this session in the comment section. We are super happy to know your thought about it. And again, don't forget to participate in the giveaway. We hope to see you next time, guys, and as well, Andrea. We hope to see you next time.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Thanks.
Bye.
Enjoy the rest of your day.